To get the perfect lap, you've got to search everywhere. You know, I think when you have new tires, it adds a different dimension again. You can brake later, you can roll, more speed through the corner, you can accelerate earlier. So it's trying to find everything to give you the best average. You know, it's not just one thing. It's the combination of many small things to try and complete the best lap.
It's just, yeah, it's all those details. Obviously, if you've got a slow corner leading onto a long straight, it's all about getting a very good exit. And then if there's a complex of corners, it's understanding what is the best compromise through those complexes to make the whole sector fast.
Yeah, it's funny because you say 0.3 of a second, and in absolute terms, it is nothing. It's a blink of an eye, But in racing terms, it's huge because in a series as competitive, 0.3, as you say, could be 10 positions or more. And when you're out there looking for it, there are usually corners on the track that you're not as quick in as other guys. And we actually have timing data that we can see the sector times of all the other cars, so your crew can actually tell you specifically which corners you're deficient in compared to the guys that are quickest.
You're always going to know going in what you've got underneath you, and there's certain points of the corner where you can gain maybe a little bit more under braking, maybe trail that speed into the apex and then get out. It's always the little tricks you just pick up as a driver. There's always these little bits each corner you can find. A lot in the braking areas is normally where you find it, especially with tracks gripping up and up as the weekend goes on.
The approach is different depending on the track and the tire. For example, at a track like Barber, the tires in qualifying, the red sidewalls, were really only good for one lap. So you don't have a chance to build up to it and find those tenths. You've got to be brave from lap one, really just kind of go balls to the wall and hope for the best.
You gotta push as hard as you can, and sometimes you think the car is not gonna make it, but it does make it. So you gotta push as hard as you can, but sometimes it's very hard the way the competition is. If you blink, you already lose a 1/10 of a second.
It's very tough to make a perfect lap, and people say that they've done a perfect lap. That maybe will happen very few times in your career. I think every time you get out of the car, you'll always consciously be thinking where you could have made a little bit more. But I think it's obviously timing. Especially in our series at the moment, getting the most out of the tires. The tires, may only have a peak of, 1 or 2 laps to get the most out of them. So, it's taking everything out of your head, focusing on what's about to happen, and make the most of the lap. But it's very tough. That's probably the hardest thing of a race weekend is qualifying.
Yeah, no. Sometimes when you go through a corner, you're like, that was really good, that was hooked up, and then the next lap, you're going to try that a little bit more again. It's like fractional. Like half a mile an hour. Through a corner, and then if you get it again, you're like, sometimes you get greedy, you want a bit more.
It's becoming a competition. Who holds the breath longer? Whoever holds the breath longer, the breathing longer, it's probably gonna be the one that's able to squeeze a little bit more.
There is instances where you just have to suck it up, because at the end of the day, when you get to qualifying, the car is what it is. It's not like you can come in and change it. So, if it's not handling well, you have to deal with it. You just gotta, like Hélio says, suck it up and go for it.